Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to get this cat eye cut crease. P.S. Thank you for helping me name this tutorial because I had no idea what to call it. Alright, so to start, I'm going to prime with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Skin Booster Serum. I'm dying for all of this skin booster stuff. It's so lightweight but really hydrating. It creates a really beautiful base for your makeup. Then I'm going to go in with the Skin Booster Lip Serum to hydrate my lips because we are going to be going in with a liquid lipstick. For foundation, I'm using the Ultra HD in Y245, and I'm applying this with my 120 brush. Okay, so I don't know how this happened, but my Real Techniques makeup sponge turned green. It's a little bit suspect. But anyway, so I'm just going to use this to pounce my foundation into my skin. I'm not going for super full coverage, I just want a really natural finish. You already know I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using the color Light Neutral. If you saw Katie's recent tutorial, she was like, what if they came out with a Shape Tape foundation? And I was like, oh my god, Tarte. We shall see. So I'm just placing this in the areas where I want to brighten and highlight a little bit, and then I'm going to blend this out with the Real Techniques makeup sponge, despite its unpleasant appearance. I'm not here to judge. I mean, I do, but like, whatever. I'm going to use a concealer to bronze, so I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer in Y49. This has become my favorite thing to bronze with, especially when I have a little bit more of a tan. I went in with way too much on my forehead, and it took a little bit of back and forth, but I made it work. Can you guys tell that my tan has come off of my fingers? It's like the top of my hand. I have like an ombre thing going on there. So I'm setting my under eye with the Kat Von D Lock-It Golden Brightening Powder. And I always mix this with the setting powder as well, just because golden is a little bit too dark for me. Now I'm going to take this cool tone shade from the NYX Contour palette, and I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush to add a really light contour. I'm going to prime my lids with a little bit more of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This is my favorite way to prime my lids because it cancels out any pigmentation, and then I just set it with a little bit of a neutral powder. I will link my full nose contour tutorial down below as well if you want to see how I do that. So the first thing I'm going to do for shadows is go in with the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. Mauve, mauve, however you say it, I say mauve. And I'm starting off with Rosy and Wishy Washy, and I'm just going to start building up the crease. I'm using the Morphe Y19 brush. I just got this when I went to the Morphe store for the first time. And I'm going to be winging this out a bit at the corner of my eyes. I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was doing when I went into this. I just kind of like went for it to see where it was going to go. I had a cut crease in mind though. For the lower lash line, I'm using the brush that comes with the palette, which is actually really nice. After starting off with Rosy, I'm using Wishy Washy on that same little brush, and I'm gonna just start defining the cut crease, really slowly building that up, and then winging it out at the corner. And then I just kind of decided to create like an actual cat eye wing, and getting them even is really difficult. Then I'm going back and forth with Spaced Out and Wine Stain to start really building that up. Now, on my right eye, I was having an extremely difficult time blending. I don't know why, it was just giving me such a hard time, but eventually I was able to make it work. So if you're struggling, just keep going back and forth. Try not to start off with like really dark colors, and you'll get it. I tried using the Morphe Y22 brush because I thought it would help blend, and I was just like having the hardest time. It was not good. So it doesn't matter how long you've been doing makeup, you're going to have bad days, okay? This part took the longest. As always with a cut crease, I just kept going back and forth with those two colors and making sure to blend. Then I'm going in with the Morphe M433 brush, which looks like it has light purple on it, but it's just because I didn't clean it before I went in. Now I'm taking that little dose brush and I'm taking Spaced Out down onto the lower lash line and making sure to connect it with that cat eye wing that we've created on the top. And then I'm kind of accentuating my under eye here. I don't know how to describe it, but just the underside of my eye bag. Sounds gross, but I like the way it looks. Now I'm going in with the Morphe 12S palette, and I'm going in with these warm, kind of coppery red shades. I'm gonna start off with the darker one, and I'm basically going to be filling in that cat eye that we created. I'm gonna focus the darker one on the outer part, and I wanted it to be a little bit more intense, so I decided to spritz the brush with my Smashbox primer water. And I used a couple different flat brushes to apply this. Now I'm going in with the lighter shade on the inner half of my lid, and I really wet my brush with the primer spray for this. I wanted it to look metallic, almost wet, and I'm using the brush to really carve out that cut crease, and then blending into the first color. For blush, I'm going to use Lush and Libido by Marc Jacobs, and I'm applying that with my Marc Jacobs blush brush. And I'm going to start off with the Less is Better Fluid Highlighter by Kiko Milano. This is in the shade Gentle Champagne. If you guys saw my little mini haul in my Instagram story, you know that I picked this up at the mall. I had never heard of Kiko, and I really, really liked this liquid illuminator. Now I'm going back in with Wine Stain and the pointed end of that little brush, and I'm really defining the outer wing. And then using the other side, I'm bringing it down to really define the outer part of the lower lash line, making sure to blend it back up into that wing. You want to make sure that you're connecting the upper and lower lash line. For highlight, I'm going to mix Forever Lit and Glow Getter, and I'm applying this with my Morphe Y14 brush. This brush has changed my highlight game. I'm obsessed with it. It just applies it so seamlessly. And then I'm going to take Kitty Cat and highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. I went in with something different earlier and I really didn't like the way it looked. After curling my lashes and applying a little bit of mascara, I decided to go in with the Flutter Lashes in number 637. I'm lining my lips with the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Pencil in 13C. And then I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Liquid Lipstick in Material Girl. I loved this color. It is so beautiful, and the formula is really comfortable. I layered it. I don't usually do 2 layers because I wanted it to be really dark. It was not drying at all. I really recommend it. And then to finish off, I'm using my Kat Von D Lock It Setting Mist. Alright guys, that is it for this look. I hope you enjoyed. I absolutely love the way that it came out. They honestly always come out best when I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them down below. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All of that info will be at the end of the video, and I always link it down below. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.